look what I just found. It's Washington, D.C. We got a double whammy here. It's a Stalin nesting doll. We wouldn't take the cigarette, so he went to the store and got us little popsicles. It's time for a nightlife tour. I'm Katherine, and I've just embarked on a year-long bike tour of North China with my husband, Asa. Even though we're both constantly being mistaken for being Russian or Soviet. I don't have the heart to tell them. The Soviet Union is gone, comrades. I'm actually from the US, and he is from Kashgar, which is on China's farthest western edge. Yeah, the US and Xinjiang is kind of an unusual combination, and in terms of cultural background, we are about as different as possible, but one thing we do share is a love of biking. Today's vlog is over 300 kilometers worth of the Rust Belt scenery, friendly strangers, and lush landscapes of Mudanjiang. From the Russian knickknack warehouse to the forest growing in a volcano crater, from the mundane to the spectacular, many adventures await. Last night, we stayed in the little city of Muling, which isn't known for anything in particular, except maybe corn. But it really charmed us with its interesting architecture and its non-pork versions of traditional Northeast Chinese dishes. Love me some sauerkraut, but it's just so hard to find it without pork in it. But I found us this halal restaurant in this tiny city.
It's okay.
Devastating. He doesn't even like it, but I like it, so it's a win regardless. From the city of Muling, we are headed in the direction of a little town, also called Muling. So it's pretty common to see random political slogans all over the place in China, but I'm not gonna lie, that's a lot of text to have to digest in like 3 seconds as you're driving past it. They're at it again with the billboards. That is so many letters to read when you're whooshing down this road. This place is actually only about 30 kilometers away from the China-Russia border. Although you don't really feel any Russian vibes in the villages, there is some interesting architecture to be found in the towns. Don't mind me guys, just having a lovely afternoon hanging out at the Russian church-themed gas station. The architecture here really is unlike any other part of the country I've been to. Lots of columns, lots of little dome things. It definitely gives the place an exotic vibe, that's for sure. We're passing through another roadwork zone and they added eyeballs to the little flag wavy guy to give him more character. But he just looks depressed. My man just looks miserable. He's like, F this job. Little taste of home right here. An abandoned railroad track. There were a bunch of these near my university in the US. We used to like go walk around on them, and there were a bunch of them in my grandma's hometown too. But now that I think about it, I've actually never seen these in China. It's not common to see an abandoned railroad. And it's basically turned into the local hangout spot. Like grandma's just chilling here. There's just random people like walking around on the track as though it's like a trail to go on a stroll. I love looking at these billboards. This one says, Xiachengzi Town, National Specialty Town. What does it mean? I don't know.
鉴定不以豆豆质量发展事务，加力打造标杆典范仰望奋斗目标。没有。
People are always asking if we're lost. We are almost never lost. We just enjoy wandering in these tiny places because it's these kind of roads that make this trip interesting. If we were just on the main roads the whole time, it's like, what is there to look at, you know? There's nothing there. All the good stuff is on these tiny roads. Love the grannies in the clashing floral prints. Never gets old. We are moments away from today's destination, this tiny town. This is our last place we'll be staying in before we reach the city of Mudanjiang. 新开湖。
知道吗？
Mudanjiang. Everywhere you go in Heilongjiang, make a friend and get offered a cigarette. 你多少年没抽烟了？
差不多3年了吧。
不要被诱惑。We wouldn't take the cigarette, so he went to the store and got us little popsicles. 谢谢谢谢。Oh my goodness. That's a first. That's a first. We're on our way to the public bath. which was not in today's itinerary originally, but it turns out the hotel we're staying at, you actually can't take a shower in the evenings recently because there's a water shortage in that section of the town. So they gave us the address of a public bathing place. I mean, we don't have to take a shower. We could just like not take a shower, but like we biked 60 kilometers today. Look how bougie the front of it is. I have not been to one of these things in years. Oh my gosh. I don't think I can even remember when the last time it was. 真好。你们那是苏联，是吧？美国，然后它是新疆的。I keep getting asked if we're from the Soviet Union. I don't have the heart to tell them. The Soviet Union is gone, comrades. It's been a while too.
一般老人说，我们老家也是老人说 Soviet.
There's a scale in here. And the minute he walked in the door, he's like, ooh, I must weigh myself.
74，你也来呗，54。
你可真无聊。
洗澡15，搓澡12。
别人给你，要不要？别人给你搓。
我害羞。
So while we wait for Xinjiang to emerge from the bathing room, let me tell you guys about my public bath experience. It was very bougie in there. It was some kind of like marble or granite. It felt very fancy in there. And I encountered a lady in the changing room who was like, how old are you? And I was like, 30. And she's like, oh, you're in such good shape. And I was like, well, just wait until I reproduce. I know that's when it gets tough. There was just this lady like completely naked, just everything out there, striking up a conversation with me. Oh, a foreigner. Let's chat. It's fine. It was chill. I just thought it was funny, that's all. 可以吗？有没有裸着的叔叔跟你搭话？
没有。
有裸着的阿姨跟我搭话吗？We're on our way to Mudanjiang. We have heard mixed reviews about the road. Trust me, y'all, I searched the satellite map up and down. There is no other way to get to Mudanjiang than this one road, so we're stuck with it. Whatever it is, we'll find out.
Yağmurun da bir spetini vatmen. Yağmur yağdı bu, hey yağmur, sınsın yağmur. Bir spetini vatmen.
Rolling hills, beautiful countryside, perfect sky. The road just sucks.
Never give up.
Today has been a rough day for sure. The road conditions were not it. It keeps raining on us over and over again, but it's definitely been interesting. We've seen a lot of interesting things. And we just stopped at this convenience store to hide from the rain, trying some local bread. It doesn't really taste like anything, but the texture is like a donut. Casey John's making a friend. Saying goodbye to this lovely grocery store that sheltered us for so long. We got like 3 hours left. Let's go. It's literally sunny outside. Why are we being rained on? Stop raining! As soon as we escaped from that rainy hellscape and that road that looks like it's been through 3 wars, everything's been great. Look at this place. 23 kilometers left till Mudanjiang. This thing is raging. Rural China ice cream truck. You might be wondering how I could possibly pass up the rural China ice cream truck on a hot summer day? Well, that street was actually right on the outskirts of the city of Mudanjiang, and Mudanjiang has bubble tea. Yep, it's time to live the big city life for a couple days. So what I find interesting about this mall is that there are these little cart things that are just like roaming around freely. Like most malls I've been to will have a designated section for like kids to drive these little carts around, but not in this mall. They are just in the hallway. This is their home base, and they all disperse from here like little soldiers scooting around. So we rented out this tiny apartment for me to edit videos and for us to rest for a couple days. We get an interesting little view across the street. You can actually see into the windows of all the people across the road. And he is fascinated. 干嘛呢？
有个女的她在打老公，抢着她老公的手机，然后打了她的脸。
The city life. Watching the drama of the other people from across the street. Xinjiang's first authentic Xinjiang kebab place since Harbin. We have not been seeing these around because we've been in like such tiny places. They just don't have them, but finally found one here in Mudanjiang. He's giving the guy a free ad on Douyin, it looks like. The guy who runs it is actually from Kashgar, which is already a coincidence. And he's also from Yangisheher, which is the exact same district that Xinjiang's from. So very cute, very wholesome. So this restaurant, under ordinary circumstances, would have a lot of Xinjiang dishes, but because most of their customers are students, and the students are having summer break right now, they're actually operating at a much smaller scale than usual, and they don't have anything but skewers. So the owner actually was like, hey, if you guys want like a proper Xinjiang meal, you should go to this other place. And he called us a taxi and showed the address of the driver and was like, hey, take them to this restaurant. He sacrificed potential customers and wages so that we could have like the best 10 out of 10 Xinjiang meal. Is that not the cutest thing ever? Cute or not cute?
Yes, cute. Lovely.
He's so excited. Wow. Oh, he's so happy. What's up the mall? Wow, look at those beautiful noodles. That is a classic handmade noodle. And speaking of noodles, the bromance between Xinjiang and my noodle-loving cousin is alive and well.
I really miss those noodles.
I cannot go to noodle restaurants anymore unless it's handmade. Every noodle other than these are ruined for me.
I tried to make some and it was such funny.
People around here are so generous. This is the naan that the Xinjiang restaurant from last night gave us. They gave us all this naan. Xinjiang got a haircut last night and they gave him this. Not just one, they gave him 4 of these local pineapple drinks. So we're about to like take these with us to the Xinjiang restaurant and have them with lunch because we can't bring all this glass. It's too heavy for the bikes. But I'm just like, oh my gosh, how cute is this place? People keep giving us stuff. We're getting ready to leave and the restaurant owner is like, watch out for tigers. Apparently he's actually seen a wild tiger here before.
美国人好。
18年时候在长春，
在长春，我们离长春远着呢。那没事啊，我还以为牡丹江。
牡丹江也有呢。去年冬天你西来了一个老婆嘛。
老婆吃人。
Off we go into the wilderness to be eaten by the tigers. Just kidding. They said the tigers probably won't eat us because we're too bony. Hush. We're crossing this bridge that was built during like the Roman Empire or something. Whoa, graffiti. I think that might be my first ever like Western style graffiti sighting in China. It looks like a gang symbol. Nostalgic vibes. Taste of home. Yo, check this out. Washington, D.C. vibes in these cornfields. It's Washington, D.C. It feels abandoned because of how high the weeds are, but the sign does say it belongs to some sort of university, so I don't know. Anyway, right down the street from Wish.com, Washington, D.C. is something even more exciting, the Russian Knickknack Emporium. Yeah, they have other products too, but come on now. I'm here for the knickknacks. Other than the really annoying beeping going on in the background, this place is pretty nice. Right off the bat, they led me into the makeup area, which I felt was not really the vibe, kind of boring, but I have now found the place where I belong. I'm in the ornate knickknack zone. This is solid, like this is not plastic. This is a heavy boy. And there are some things in here that are familiar to me from the US, but not in the same context. This, for example, is like haunted house gothic theme, but maybe to a Russian person, this is just like a normal household decoration. The nesting dolls go so hard in this place. Look how tiny the final little guy is. Look at this little nugget.
Alright folks, say goodbye to the Knickknack Emporium.
Just left the Russian goods place and now we're in this little village. Checking out the village store. 你自己卷。 In typical Heilongjiang style, he offered us a cigarette. They actually roll them by hand here.
这个皮内好抽，对呀，没味儿。
He was like, put my chickens in the vlog. So here I am, putting the chickens in the vlog.
这个一点化肥没有，鸭子们，比卖那个好吃，这个好吃。
谢谢，谢谢. He gave us persimmons. People keep talking about tigers and stuff, but like, I really mean it that the scariest thing on this bike tour is Northeast drivers. Like the tigers are not even in the back of my mind in the slightest. Like if I see one, we'll deal with it when the time comes. So the people here, as long as they're not in a vehicle, are so nice. They're so warm and welcoming and friendly. But the moment they have enclosed themselves within the confines of a vehicle, they just become ruthless. So yeah, we are being careful, trying to stay on the quiet roads. Said goodbye to our last patch of yard corn and we are officially in the city of Ningan. Just arrived at our hotel. Look at the tiny hobbit door. And it's not that people around here are super short because there's literally padding on here. And the owner has warned me like 17 times now to watch out for this low thing here. It's just the way the building was designed. There's this really tiny door. There's another one here. So you have to like duck under this thing. And look at this cute little sitting area down here with a whole tea set.
We only spent one night in Ningan, and first thing the next morning, we headed to Jingpo Lake.
I love how basically wherever I am in China, even in these really far-flung random places, the riverbank is always a place you can count on for some cute community vibes. Hello.
你是啥国人呢？
美国。
美国人。
对呀。
我是一个美国人，我的时间里只有脱下2个字。
青海过之后。
Hey, John made a friend.
去到吉林，然后辽宁，然后内蒙，然后河北。
Everywhere we go, he gets some watermelon, and he has a dedicated spoon. Why do so many convenience stores around here have a mirror? This is not a thing in Hangzhou, but it is here. Quail eggs in a jar. fish in a bag.
This was definitely one of our quietest days. The cornfields stretched infinitely into the horizon, and we saw more birds than people. Although we didn't really get a chance to chat with any friendly strangers today, the quiet landscape was a good opportunity to ponder the meaning of life, or whatever.
We are milking the teats of the last little scraps of daylight. Finally, I can see the lights of human civilization in the distance. Okay, so it's pretty lit over there apparently. They're setting off fireworks. Wow. Upon arrival, we have been greeted by this giant deer head and a green laser sweeping back and forth. We finally emerged into this. Except our hotel isn't over there. It's over here in a quieter area. As much as I do love the noise and the excitement, I also don't know how I'd feel about it if it was like 2 a.m. And you never know how late these karaoke people are gonna go. So yeah, we're heading into a quieter zone. Fugui Zhuangyuan.
你看我英语说的不也嘎嘎的吗？
眼睛，他们眼睛是蓝色的。
Let me show you guys our room. Super cute log cabin style. Love this wood aesthetic. It is very nostalgic for me. Brings back those log cabin memories. This is the yard. Also really cute. More log cabin vibes. Freshly grown veggies back there. Look at those vegetables. I love staying in cute rural places like this. They have so much character and every single place is totally different. It's not like when you're in the city and you're staying in a hotel and you forget what it looked like the next day. These kind of places you'll remember because every single one has its own unique, cute vibe. Oh, and because we're next to a lake, everywhere you can see these big fish tanks full of live fish. The fish here is fresh to the max.
And speaking of the lake, it's time to go check that puppy out. Jingpo Lake is known for having this waterfall that attracts a lot of cliff divers. And every day at a few set times, there will be a cliff diving performance to entertain us peasants. So many people come to watch this spectacle that there's even an ad break.
And apparently there's tigers around here, which is also a vibe. Xinjiang. We have entered the cave forest, and it's like 10 degrees cooler down here than it is in the rest of this place. Look at this thing.
This is crazy.
Nature's air conditioner. We're not even fully in the cave. We're still outside. We're just next to the cave. And it's radiating coolness off of it. Fascinating. We are hiking up to the top of this forest inside a volcano crater. So many stairs. Check that thing out.
呀，小松鼠啊。
You can also leave this lovely place with a big chunk of wood of your very own. Ooh, she's thick. And if you don't have space for these, you can take a little nugget, a fun-sized piece of wood. Take one of these puppies back home. Of course, there's a gun. There are so many guns here. Even this place, which is just selling like berries and stuff, they even have guns. In case y'all need a reminder that we are in a Russian border zone, we have a double whammy here. It's a Stalin nesting doll.
In retrospect, I really regret not buying this. I'm sure this is the kind of thing you would never see in an actual Russian person's house, but I mean, it just has so much character. All right, we've seen forests and caves and waterfalls and even a bit of wildlife, but we still haven't really seen the lake yet. So we're moving a couple hours down the road.
The previous place we stayed was closer to the waterfall. This time we're staying on the lake for maximum scenic vibes. Okay, so completely different vibe from the place we just came from. The place with the laser deer and the people dancing with fans outside of 100 restaurants with flashing lights. Yes, this is a completely different aesthetic. Not that place was bad or anything, but I also do want to feel closer to nature, and I think we have found that here. We have arrived at our hotel in this forest on a lake. As a lot of y'all know, my grandma is from Vermont, so we have a family trip there every summer, and like 90% of my Vermont memories are being on little beaches like this, in front of a lake that looks just like that, with mountains in the background. This is like maximum childhood memories right here. Hello. 你好. Hello. Night has fallen. Of course there's karaoke. Is this karaoke? What is this? Very traditional. Ni hao.
And that is all for today's vlog, everyone. Hope you guys enjoy the change of scenery. In the next vlog, we are actually heading to the neighboring province of Jilin. In other words, it's time to say goodbye to the Russian border vibes and say hello to the North Korea border vibes. Can't wait to share our adventures in Jilin with you all. Remember to subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next vlog.